Hello students, today's topic is multiple allelism, and with the multiple allelism I have written a word codominance. It doesn't mean that multiple allelism means codominance. No, just now I will be presenting an example of human blood groups, that is known as the ABO blood groups, which is a good example of multiple allelism as well as it is a good example of codominance. That's why I have written, along with the multiple allelism, I have written the codominance. You don't have to be confused that multiple allelism and codominance are the same. They are totally different phenomena. But I want to say that the human blood groups, ABO blood groups, represent an example of multiple allelism as well as the codominance. Now, to know this thing, that what is multiple allelism, first of all you must know that what do you mean by a allele or what do you mean by a allelomorph. Okay, so first of all, alternative form of a same gene, alternative forms of a same gene is called as a allele or a allelomorph. Okay, once again I am repeating, alternative forms of same gene represent what? Allele or allelomorph. Okay, now according to Mendel hypothesis says that a gene can have maximum 2 alleles for a particular character. Again I am repeating, according to Mendel, a gene can have maximum 2 alleles for a character. Say for if there is a character known as the plant height. So this plant height will be having only how many alleles? 2 alleles. It will be represented by 2 alleles. Means a gene can have maximum 2 alleles according to Mendel. Say for if we are presenting plant height, then there are 2 genes, right? There are 2 alternative forms of the same gene. One is known as capital T and another known as what? Small t. T represent tallness and small t represent the dwarfness. Say for there is another character known as the seed form. So seed form is represented by capital R and small r. Capital R is representing what? The round seed, and small r is representing the wrinkled seed. Like this only we can have yellow and green. Capital Y is representing yellow color, small y is representing the green color. So according to Mendel, a gene can have maximum 2 alleles for a particular character. A gene cannot have more than 2 alleles according to Mendel. But when the modern genetics started, there was a scientist whose name was Batson. Batson suggested, or the Batson hypothesis suggested, that a gene can have more than 2 alternative forms. A gene can have more than 2 alternative forms. And you must remember that when a gene is having more than 2 alternative forms, then the phenomenon is called as multiple allelism. Once again I am repeating, according to the Batson hypothesis, Batson started his work on modern genetics and said that a gene can have more than 2 alleles, and when a gene is having more than 2 alleles, then the phenomenon is called as multiple allelism. Now the question arises that how it's possible that a gene can have more than 2 alleles. So a gene is having more than 2 alleles just because of the mutation, means multiple allelism is caused due to the mutations. You know what are mutations? Mutations are the sudden changes. Okay, so due to sudden changes, what happened? A gene is having more than 2 alleles. Okay, so it is contradictory to the Mendel. Mendel said that a gene can have maximum 2 alleles, but Batson said that a gene can have more than 2 alleles, and that's why we are going to study a very important phenomenon known as the multiple allelism, which is actually caused due to the mutation. Now the one thing to be remembered is that very important thing is that all the multiple alleles means, I want to say, the multiple alleles are located on same locus on chromosome, and that's why crossing over is absent between them. Now the question arises that what is locus? Locus is the point present on the chromosome where gene is present. Locus is the point on the chromosome where gene is present. So what I want to say, that all these multiple alleles are located on the same locus on the chromosome, and that's why crossing over is, or we can say that gene exchange is absent between them. If they may have been present at different locus, then crossing over may have been happened between them, but it has not occurred because they are found on the same locus. One more thing, when we are studying the multiple allelism, to be noticed here is that this phenomenon of the multiple allelism, what we are studying, you must know that it can be studied only in a population, not in a diploid individual. Why? Because a diploid individual can have maximum 2 alternative forms for a gene. Means a diploid individual can have maximum 2 alleles, but a diploid individual cannot have more than 2 alleles. But multiple alleles can be found in a population. Okay, so the point to be clear is that multiple allelisms or multiple alleles can be found only in a population. It cannot be found in a single individual or a diploid individual. A diploid individual can have maximum 2 alleles only. Okay, so here it is written that multiple alleles can be found only in a population, and in diploid individual only 2 alleles can be found. Now the question arises that how you will be representing the multiple allelism. Are there some examples, are there some common examples which represent the phenomenon of multiple allelism? So yes, in the human beings, the best example is available for multiple allelism and codominance. The inheritance of the human blood groups, that is the ABO blood grouping system, represent the very good example of multiple allelism as well as the codominance. So the inheritance of ABO blood groups in humans is a good example of multiple allelism, as well as it is a good example of codominance. Now the question arises that how it is an example of multiple allelism. So ABO blood groups are controlled by gene I. Okay, here I have written that the ABO blood groupings, the ABO blood groups in human beings are controlled by gene I. And in the human population, the point to be noted here is that not in a diploid individual, in a human population, there are 3 different alleles of this gene I. There are 3 different alleles of this gene I. There are 3 different alleles for this gene I, and these different alleles are actually controlling the 4 type of the blood groups, that is the A, B, AB and O. So the 3 alternative forms are IA, IB, and the third one is IO or I. You can write IO or I. So you can see that gene is one, that is known as what? Gene I. Okay, so gene is one, but it has how many alternative forms? 3 alternative forms. So human blood groups are controlled by gene I, and they are having how many alternative forms? 3 alternative forms: IA, IB and IO or I. That's why it is a very good example of multiple allelism. Now the question arises that what do you mean by this term IA, IB? Means the gene IA, IB, IO. The question arises, what is A, what is B here? Okay, so you must know that A and B are basically antigens. A and B here, A and B are antigens, or they are basically glycoproteins, right? Again I am repeating, A and B are antigens, right? Or you can say it as they are glycoproteins which are always present on the surface of the RBC. They are present on the surface of RBC, while IO or I do not have any antigen. Here IA and IB have what? Have antigens. IA have A antigen, IB have B antigen and IO have no antigen. Okay, it is not having what any antigen, right? So these antigens are present on the surface of the RBC. These antigens are glycoproteins which are actually present on the surface of the RBC. That's why I have written protruding out from the surface of the plasma membrane of RBC. Protruding out from the surface of the plasma membrane of the RBC are sugar polymers. You can call it as, these sugar polymers can be called it as what? Glycoproteins. And don't be confused at all. These glycoproteins are nothing. These are the antigen A and the antigen B, right? So in books it is written that protruding from the surface of the plasma membrane of the RBC are sugar polymers, and these sugar polymers are called as glycoproteins. So that sugar polymers are nothing. They are the antigen A and they are the antigen B. Now the question arises that what will be the type of the polymer? What will be the type of the antigen? What will be the type of the antigen or the sugar polymer or the glycoprotein present on the RBC surface is actually controlled by the gene I. So what will be the polymer, right? What will be the type of the polymer present on the surface of the RBC is actually controlled by the gene I, You must know that allele IA and allele IB present a slightly different type of sugars. Means the allele IA and IB produce different type of sugar, right? And allele I, that is allele I, small I, do not produce any sugar, right? So IA and IB produce a slightly different sugar, right? Means they produce antigens, while small I do not produce any antigen, do not produce any sugar. And because of this reason, IA and IB are completely dominant over I, small I. So the question arises that why IA and IB are dominant over small I? So you will give it, right? What you will give it the justification that IA and IB are dominant over small I because IA and IB produce sugar polymers, right? While the small I do not produce any sugar, and that's why they are not dominant. IA and IB are dominant. Now I have again clearly written here that IA and IB represent A and B antigen or the glycoprotein or the sugar polymer, and small I or IO does not produce any sugar. Means it is not having any antigen. It is neither having A antigen, it is neither having B antigen, right? So they are not producing any sugar. Now one thing to be noticed here is that when IA and I are present together, when IA allele and small I allele are present together, then the question arises that which will be expressed? So only IA will be expressed. Why IA will be expressed? Because IA is able to produce what? The sugar. It is able to produce what? Sugar. It produces sugar, while small I is not producing any sugar. So IA is dominant over small I, and that's why IA will be expressed. Now suppose when IB and I are present together, then again the same thing, that IB will be expressed. Now why IB will be expressed? Because IB produces sugar polymer. It produces sugar, while small I does not produce any sugar. So we can say that IB is dominant over small I, and that's why IB will be expressed. Now the third one is very important. Say for think of that IA and IB both are present. If IA and IB both are present together, then it's natural that IA and IB both are producing sugar, so both are expressed, and that's why, that is when IA and IB are present together, such as in the blood group AB type, then what will happen? Both will be expressed, and that's why it is a very good example of codominance. So we can suggest that the human blood groups, or we can say that ABO blood grouping system is not only an example of the multiple allelism, while it is also representing an example of codominance, Why? Because in ABO blood grouping system, the AB blood group represent an example of codominance, because in AB blood group, antigen IA and antigen IB are produced simultaneously or expressed simultaneously. Together they are expressed, and hence it is a very good example of codominance. Okay. Now, when we are studying the phenomenon of multiple allelism, you must also know that how many genotypes are there, how many genotypes control the human blood groups, how many genotypes. Many times the question is asked in exams that how many genotypes control the human blood groups. Okay, so you must remember that human blood groups are controlled by 6 genotypes. Say for, here I am writing the blood group. I am making a table here. I have written blood groups, and here I have written the genotype. You will see that human blood groups are controlled by 6 genotypes. Say for the blood group is A. So the blood group A is having 2 genotypes. Say for IA and IA, or it is IA and IO, right? Second one is, say for if somebody is having the blood group B, so it is having the genotype IA, IB, or IB, IO. Third one is AB. Now I am putting a star here because AB blood group is very good example of codominance. So in codominance, what happens in AB blood group, IA and IB are present together, and in the blood group O there is only one, that is known as IO. So you can see that there are how many genotypes? 6 genotypes. IA, then IAIO. Okay, there are 2 probabilities. For blood group B, there are again 2 probabilities, IB or IBIO. For AB blood group, IA and IB, both antigens are present. Means here it is producing both type of the sugar polymers. Hence, it is a good example of codominance. And O blood group is having only one genotype, IOIO. So how many genotypes are there? You can count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So human blood groups are controlled by the 6 genotype. So dear students, this was the topic based on multiple allelism. Human blood groups are good example of multiple allelism, as well as the AB blood group represent the example of codominance. Keep watching my videos, like my videos, share my videos, and also subscribe my channel. Thanks a lot. Keep watching.